Friends, the installation of detectors follows NFPA 72, British Standard BS 5839, and as per country standard code. Many people are unaware of these standards. In this video, we will learn about the standard spacing of detectors on flat ceilings, the spacing requirements for apex ceilings, the maximum installation height, and the correct placement of detectors around beams, lights, and AC units. We'll also understand the spacing and siting of detectors on honeycomb and similar ceilings. So let's get started. Sitting of smoke and heat detectors. Smoke and heat detectors are always mounted on the ceiling. For smoke detectors, the sensing chamber must be at least 25 mm from the ceiling and no more than 600 mm. When using a junction box or mounting plate, the distance between the detector and ceiling should not exceed 600 mm. For heat detectors, the sensing chamber must be at least 25 mm from the ceiling and no more than 150 mm. This means the heat detector should be installed close to the ceiling so it can quickly sense any rise in temperature. Smoke detector spacing at flat horizontal ceiling. Under a flat ceiling, one smoke detector can cover an individual area of about a 7.5 meter radius. However, when we design a room or hall, the distance between two smoke detectors should be 10.6 meters, and the distance from the wall should be 5.3 meters. Now you may ask, why is that? If we design only based on the 7.5 meter radius, there will be blind areas between detectors, areas that won't be covered properly. But when we space the detectors 10.6 meters apart, their coverage areas overlap and there are no blind zones left. That's why each smoke detector effectively covers an area of 10.6 by 10.6 meters, which equals 112 square meters per detector. Spacing based on ceiling height. According to standard, the maximum height for mounting a smoke detector is 10 meters. If the ceiling height is up to 7 meters, the spacing between detectors should be 10.3 meters. If the ceiling height is between 7 and 10 meters, the spacing should be 7 meters. And if the ceiling height is above 10 meters, then smoke detectors are not suitable. In that case, we use beam detectors or aspirating smoke detection systems. Heat detector spacing at flat horizontal ceiling. Under a flat ceiling, one heat detector has an individual coverage radius of about 5.3 meters. But when we design a room or hall, the distance between two heat detectors is kept 7.5 meters and the distance from the wall is 3.8 meters. With this spacing, each heat detector covers a square area of 7.5 by 7.5 meters, which equals 56.3 square meters per detector. This arrangement ensures that the coverage areas overlap and no blind zones are left in the room. Heat detector spacing with ceiling height. According to standard, a heat detector can be mounted up to 7 meters in height. If the ceiling height is up to 5 meters, then the spacing between detectors should be 7.5 meters. If the ceiling height is between 5 and 7 meters, then the spacing should be 5 meters. Correct spacing of smoke and heat detectors in corridors and passages. In corridors and passages commonly found in buildings, hospitals, and hotels, if the corridor is 2 meters wide or less, the detector coverage areas do not overlap. In that case, the distance between two smoke detectors should be 15 meters and the distance between two heat detectors should be 10.6 meters. When the corridor width is more than 2 meters, then it is considered similar to a standard room layout. In that case, the distance between two smoke detectors should be 10.6 meters and the distance between two heat detectors should be 7.5 meters. So far, we've learned how detectors are designed under flat horizontal ceilings. Now we'll see how to design and space detectors under apex or pitched roofs. In apex roofs, the apex height and roof angle play a key role in detector spacing. If the apex height is less than 600 millimeters for smoke detectors, less than 150 millimeters for heat detectors, then the roof is treated as a flat horizontal ceiling, and the standard flat ceiling spacing rules apply. If the apex height is more than 600 millimeters for smoke detectors, more than 150 millimeters for heat detectors, then the roof is treated as an apex roof. detector installation in Apex roof as below. 1. The first device is installed at the highest point of the roof. 2. The distance for the second device is increased by 1% per degree of roof angle, with a maximum increase of 25%. This results in smoke detector maximum distance is 13.25 meters and heat detector maximum distance is 9.38 meters. Friends, in an apex roof, the distance between detectors depends on the roof angle. For smoke detectors, distance D equals 1 plus x divided by 100 multiplied by 10.6 meters. And for heat detectors, distance D equals 1 plus x divided by 100 multiplied by 7.5 meters. Here x is the angle of the roof, but maximum angle x consider 25 degrees. Let's see some example. Here if x is 15 degrees, then smoke detector distance equal to 1 plus 15 divided by 100 into 10.6 meters equal to 12.2 meters, and heat detector distance equal to 1 plus 15 divided by 100 into 7.5 meters equal to 8.6 meters. If x is 35 degrees but we consider the maximum 25 degrees, then smoke detector distance equal to 1 plus 25 divided by 100 into 10.6 meters equal to 13.25 meters, and heat detector distance equal to 1 plus 25 divided by 100 into 7.5 meters equal to 9.38 meters. So friends, we learn how to design detectors in an apex ceiling. Limits of seating sensor near obstacles or wall. In a room, we often find beams, columns, lights, fans, air conditioning units, and various decorative elements. These objects can affect where we place the detectors. So let's understand how to placement the detectors correctly in such conditions. 1. If an obstacle such as a beam or light has a depth less than 250 millimeters, then the minimum distance between the detector and obstacle is 2 into obstacle depth. For example, if obstacle depth is 150 millimeters, then distance between the detector and obstacle is 2 into 150 millimeters is 300 millimeters. 2. If the obstacle depth is more than 250 millimeters, then minimum distance is 500 millimeters. For example, if obstacle depth is 300 millimeters, then distance between the detector and obstacle is 500 millimeters. 3. If a room has a partition or rack, and the gap between the top of the partition or rack and the ceiling is less than 300 millimeters, or 4. If a room has a beam, and the beam depth is more than 10% of the floor to ceiling height, then we treat the partition, rack, or beam as a wall. This means the detector should not be installed within 500 millimeters of any such obstruction. If a room or hall has an AC unit, air handling unit, or air duct, let's see how to design the detector placement properly. The detector should be installed at least 1 meter away from the AC unit, air handling unit, or fan. This is because these units create airflow from outside, and during a fire, the smoke or heat may get carried away by this airflow, preventing it from reaching the detector. Sometimes, people make the mistake of installing the detector too close to the fan or air handling unit, but this is not the correct method of installation. Limits of sighting sensors near vertical shaft. Friends, if a building has a lift, windows, or closed stairways, the detector should be installed within a 1.5 meter radius of the lift shaft or window. This is because during a fire, smoke always travels toward windows, lift shafts, or any vertical openings in the building. So to ensure the detector properly senses the smoke during a fire, we install it close to these areas. And if there is a closed staircase, then the detector should be installed at the top of the staircase and the main landing area. Mounting detectors in voids. First, if the void depth is less than 800 millimeters, detector installation is not required. Second, if the void depth is more than 800 millimeters, provide detector coverage according to fire risk. If a detector is installed above a false ceiling or below a false floor, then the detector must be mounted in that same arrangement. Installing the detector in any other position is not permitted. When a ceiling has perforations, the detector must be installed above the ceiling if the following conditions are met. First, the perforations are uniform in size. Second, each perforation is larger than 10 millimeters. Third, the thickness of the perforated material is equal to or greater than 3 times the perforation diameter. In such cases, mounting the detector above the perforated ceiling ensures proper smoke detection and accurate system response. If there is high airflow beneath a perforated ceiling, the detector should be installed below the ceiling with a solid baffle of at least 1,200 millimeters diameter around it. This helps prevent the airflow from affecting the detector's performance and ensures proper smoke detection. In hotels, business buildings, or hospitals, where each floor has many rooms or offices, it is necessary to install a response indicator at the entrance of each room or office on the passage side. This is because when the detector inside the room or office activates, the response indicator will also activate, allowing us to identify from outside that a fire event has occurred inside that particular room or office. Areas where detectors shall be provided: cable tunnels and cable ducts, distribution boards and control rooms, AC and AHU rooms, false floors, long AC return ducts, lift machine rooms. So friends, I've shared the link below for part 2 of this video, where we'll understand the spacing and siting of detectors on honeycomb and similar ceilings. I've also shared the link for part 3 done, where we'll learn about the installation standards of MCP and Hooter. If you found this video informative, please like and share it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more technical videos like this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment box. See you in the next video. Thank you.